What's up, guys? My name is Jerry, and today's video is going to be on the Cleveland Cavaliers, and we're going to be talking about how their physical playing style contributes to their success. And we're going to jump right into the video now. Looking at the Cleveland Cavaliers so far this season, they're 29-19, 10 games above 500, which is really impressive for this team. They've won 9 out of their last 12, and they're currently on a 2-game winning streak. And honestly, the Eastern Conference is so tight right now that they can win 2 or 3 games, and they can be, first, second, or third in the Eastern Conference. So, that's how tight it is in the East right now. And, the Cleveland Cavaliers really have been playing some great basketball all season long. And we all know their motto this season has been defense, and also, just playing like a pack of wild dogs, or I done heard them say junkyard dogs. And, they really live by that motto. The players, the teammates, they be out there barking at each other. They're barking when they do something on defense. They're barking at the opposing team, and we all know how that can be a little bit intimidating for the opposing team sometimes. And the Cleveland Cavaliers, this squad just remind me of that AAU team that wake up at 7 in the morning, 8 in the morning, and they're ready to come out and full court press you. The Cleveland Cavaliers, to me, they have that type of energy, and it's been showing all season long. So in this video, we're just going to talk about, how their physical and dominant playing style, contributes to their success. And, the first thing I want to point to is their game from last night against the New York Knicks. The Cleveland Cavaliers were without so many key players. They were without, Jared Allen, who's out. He's out for a non-COVID illness. Ricky Rubio and Colin Sexton, both intricate players to this team, both out for the season. And then also Lauri Markkanen, I feel like he's so underrated to this Cleveland Cavaliers team. We all know what he brings to the offensive side of the ball, but his defense will be missed for this team, because with Jared Allen, Evan Mobley, and Lauri Markkanen on the court at the same time, the Cleveland Cavaliers have the best defense in the league. So, he will be missed. He's going to be out for an extended amount of time. He is going to be back for this season, though. So, but anyways, back to this New York Knicks game. So that forced the Cavaliers to go into the game with a starting lineup of Darius Garland, Isaac Okoro, Dean Wade, Ed Davis, and Evan Mobley. And, Dean Wade is a guy that, went undrafted. He was called up from the G League. And then Ed Davis is a guy that they, he's a veteran that they signed during training camp. So, they had these two guys. Not that these guys can't play ball, but, these are not their best players on this team, and they had them in their starting lineup. So, they were already, that's already one factor that's going against them. And then the other one, Darius Garland, he had an off night. And before I talk about, the night he had, we got to give him props for, how great he's been playing recently. I think he had 5 straight games of 20 plus points and 10 plus assists, which is, really crazy. I can't remember the stat off my head, but I know he's in the same company as LeBron James. He did something that LeBron did. And, that's really impressive. And then also, Darius Garland, if he's not an all-star game this year, I will be really surprised. And also Jared Allen, I think he deserves to be an all-star player too. I'm expecting both of them guys to go. And if neither one of them goes, I would be very shocked. But back to the game, Darius Garland, he had an off night by his standards. He went 6 of 19 from the field, and he only scored 12 points, but he did pour in 12 assists, which did help, this team win this basketball game. So, with all these factors, going against the Cleveland Cavaliers, how did they get this win? And they got this win by, being physical, working hard, and giving more effort. And, they outworked the team, the New York Knicks, a team that plays the same exact way. We all know how Coach Tom Thibodeau gets down. He's a grit and grind coach, just like Bickerstaff. And the Cleveland Cavaliers probably, if the Cleveland Cavaliers isn't the best grit and grind team in the league, the New York Knicks is one of those, and they just beat them at their, their own game. And, this game was really, really fun to watch, watching these two teams lock in on defense. But like the Cleveland Cavaliers, they just wanted it more. We see them diving for loose balls like Dean Wade. He's a real, he's a real hustler. He had a really solid game last night. He poured in 9 points, and all his points came in the clutch. You just see him chasing, so many rebounds, getting all the loose balls. And then Kevin Love, he's also buying into that grit and grind. He's also buying into that grit and grind system, man. We see him trying harder on the defensive side of the ball, and Bickerstaff has done a great job with him this season, bringing him off the bench and giving him limited minutes so he can keep him healthy. And Kevin Love is having one of the best seasons he's had. He's having one of the best seasons he's had in a very long time. And he showed up big for this Cleveland Cavaliers team last night, scoring 20 points. And then there was a point where he hit 3 threes in the span of 55 seconds. And this came after the Cleveland Cavaliers were struggling on the offensive side of the ball. You know, Kevin Love came in and basically, you know, saved the day. So I really liked what I saw from Dean Wade and Kevin Love. Like, their hustle is off the charts. And then Isaac Okoro and Lance Stevens, they played 48 minutes at the shooting guard position, and they gave nothing but, you know, blood, sweat, and hard work, you know, driving to the rim with reckless abandon. I seen Isaac Okoro get a real smooth reverse layup last night. And, you know, that's what they do, man. They drive to the rim hard, they hit their open shots, and they play hard on defense. And sometimes it can get really, you know, overwhelming for opposing teams. But Isaac Okoro, Lance Stevens, they both, you know, play similar. You know, both hustlers, both, you know, they're going to bring it to you every play. And we saw that last night. And then Evan Mobley. We all know what Evan Mobley brings to the table. Could have easily been a #1 pick. He could have, you know, went #2. And, you know, the Cavaliers, you know, they were blessed to get him at #3. But, you know, he had a really solid game last night, getting 15 points and 12 rebounds. And, you know, I think a lot of teams, you know, I think they take him for granted because he's a rookie. And, you know, he still sort of got his, you know, his college body. I want to say that Evan Mobley has his NBA body yet. But, you know, so, you know, that's all I really wanted to touch on, man. And, you know, the Cleveland Cavaliers, you know, 18 games was played from Saturday to Monday. 18 NBA games was played. Only 3 of them was won with fewer than 100 points. And the Cavaliers won 2 of those games. They've won 2 games without scoring 100 points. And that's because they just lock in on defense and they hustle, man. If they not going to score, you know, you're not going to score either. So, you know, we see that with them. And, you know, this Cavaliers team, I'm not going to get up here and act like everything is just, you know, all peaches and cream, because, you know, they do have they are about to face some adversity. You know, they're missing key players. They're missing Lauri Markkanen. They're going to, I don't know when Jared Allen is going to be back. Like I said, Sexton and Rubio out for the season. And then, you know, and there's one thing, they did get Rajon Rondo back because he's going to be important for Darius Garland, you know, to free him up, maybe get him some off the ball looks, because with those guys being out, he's facing a lot of more double teams, a lot of more traps, and, you know, he's getting a lot of focus from the defense. So, you know, I feel like Rajon Rondo, he's going to help big time with that and he's going to free up Darius Garland and get him off the ball. But, you know, this Cleveland Cavaliers team, you know, they're very physical, and they impose that physicality, you know, on their opponents, and it gets overwhelming for those guys sometimes. So, you know, I really like what I've seen from this Cleveland Cavaliers team this season. And not only, you know, it's rare that you see a team that hustles as hard as they do and play defense as hard as they do, but they're also very entertaining to watch on the offensive side of the ball. Like, I feel like Darius Garland is a magician with the basketball. I love seeing the pick and roll with him and Mobley or him and Jared Allen. You know, it's a really fun thing to watch. But, you know, that's going to be it. That's going to be it for this video, man. If you enjoyed, leave a like, comment down below if you agree with what I said, or if you don't, let me know down in the comments, and then subscribe for more weekly content. We do this all the time, man. And that's curtains.